I'm pretty sure you'll know Hugh Laurie from things like Blackadder and House, and back in the day Fry and Laurie. He's got an extensive comedy career. He's also a musician. Up until pretty recently, I'd only really heard him play the piano, so I became interested in whether he played guitar. He does play guitar, so in this video we're going to just have a little fun and see how many kudos points we can allocate to Hugh Laurie's guitar playing. This one is called Hugh Laurie Plays the Blues. Check it out. Alright, so first things first, we notice that Hugh is actually playing with a slide. So, you know what? Just because you're playing with a slide, and slide guitar isn't terribly easy, have a kudos point. Also, Hugh Laurie is playing in open A minor tuning with an E in the bass. Or at least that's what I've worked it out to be. If you know to be different, then stick a comment in the comments section. Okay? And for playing in an experimental tuning, Hugh Laurie, have another kudos point. Now he's got some really nice opening ideas, so he's got that. Now I'm not the best slide player in the world, but that's a really cool little lick. Okay, so he's got this bluesy thing down on the G and D strings, and then he slides up to the 9th there. Sounds really, really cool. I really like that lick, and I think it's a great way to open the song. Have another kudos point. And then he kind of goes into this secondary idea. Which is really, really cool. And that's kind of that's a very, very bluesy thing to do. You've kind of got a call and a response going on there. So you got the same rhythm. You would call that rhythmic repetition. Da 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 da. And then you've got like a response to that. All right, so again, for sheer musicality in that intro, I'm going to give Hugh another 2 kudos points. Have it. All right, so then the other thing that struck me is the fact that he's tapping his foot. Listen to this.
Too long, Johnny. Too long. It's way too long.
So Hugh's timing is really, really good. So if you get that foot tapping, 3, 4, too long, Johnny. Johnny, it's way too long. And doing all that while you're keeping your foot tapping is a really good way to keep time as a musician. And it's something I'll often get my students to do if they're really struggling with timing. First of all, getting them to clap, and then getting them to play some basic chord stuff while tapping their foot. So really, you need timing to be instilled in your whole body. And Hugh has clearly got that here. So have another kudos point.
Too long, Johnny. Too long. It's way too long. Make it shorter, Johnny. Been too long for way too long.
So if you hadn't already noticed, the lyrics to this are pretty damn funny. He's taken a very sort of, a serious genre and a style of music, and he's put these comedy lyrics over the top, and it works so well, and it's very musical. It's very, very, very well executed. So again, Hugh, you can have another kudos point. So I'm going to have to get back into standard tuning now, so let's do that real quick. Whew, don't know how I do it. Yeah, definitely in standard tuning. This next one is called All We Gotta Do. Let's check it out. Okay, really nice intro there. Hugh Laurie is playing a G chord, but not a traditional version of a G chord necessarily. He's got his second finger on fret 3 of the low E, and he's got his 3rd and 4th fingers on the 3rd fret of the B and high E respectively, but he's muting the A string with the underside of that 2nd finger because it frees up the 1st finger to do that while he plays the D chord. That's going from the open D string to the 2nd fret of the D string. Just making it all that more musical. Simple thing made musical. Hugh, have a kudos point. Okay, a few things happening there. So the first thing is the change in the chord progression. Okay, it goes from a G, which is chord 1, goes to B minor, chord 3, and then C, which is chord 4. And then probably the more obvious thing is the harmonica, which he's doing at the same time. Okay, so a few things happening. Nice chord progression, have a kudos point. Harmonica, have a kudos point. Chords and harmonica at the same time, have another kudos point.
Well, the poor keep getting hungry and the rich keep getting fat. Politicians change, but they're never gonna change that.
Okay, what I really like about that is the sudden stop that he says, change that, which is really, really cool, which gives it a sense of interest, right? The politicians change, but they're never gonna change that. Because you're expecting that chord to come in on beat 1, but it's 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and, which is really, really cool. So musicality in that verse there. Have a kudos point.
But you and me, girl, we got the answer right in our hands. All we gotta do is
okay. Gets me every time. So the chords that he's doing there, he's going to an A minor. All we gotta do is, and then D. Oh. Really, really cool. So again, song development and changing the chords to illustrate the point of the song, which is just to be silly, obviously. And yeah, kudos point, and yeah, have another kudos point. Why not?
Well, the winds of war are blowing and the tide is coming in. Don't you be hoping for the good times, because the good times have already been. But girl, we got the answer. It's so easy you won't believe. All we gotta do is it's so easy to see. If only they'd listen to you and me. We got to.
Okay, I really like that change of chords in the verse. He goes to an E minor there, which is chord 6, the relative minor of G, and then he goes to an A. Now in this key, theoretically speaking, it should be an A minor, but what he's done is taken that A minor and majorized it, playing a major 2 chord. So E minor, chord 6, and then A major, a major 2 chord. And then he goes back to E minor, and then D, which is chord 5, which presumably is going to be a cadence back into chord 1, but let's see.
As fast as we can.
Yeah.
We got to. Every woman, every man. We got to.
Okay, so. Oh, I didn't give him a kudos point for that bridge section, so I have a kudos point. And now he's coming into this second part of the bridge, where he's using chords 1, 4, 5, C, G, C, and D in a reggae feel. I think actually it's probably more to do with his band, judging by what Hugh's actually playing here. He's just playing kind of simple chords, but the band's really giving it that reggae feel. So because you're playing with a great band, have another kudos point.
Time after time, we got to get lager and lime.
Okay, presumably that's going to be fairly samey until the end. Let's go on to the next one. So this one here is a clip taken from House. It would appear that Hugh is playing on an electric guitar. I think I'm going to have to get an electric guitar. Whew, I don't know how I do it. I just don't know how I do it. All right, let's check out this lick he's playing. Okay, so he's up in that, you know, that very stereotypical lead guitar place, the E minor pentatonic box shape 1. He's sliding from 12 to 14 on the D, then 12 on the G with staccato note, and then 14 and bent up to 16. He's kind of holding that bend. What I would say, if I was being ultra critical, is maybe that bend is just a little bit shy of where it could be. Could have a little bit more vibrato on it, but hey, he's Hugh Laurie. Have a kudos point. Oh, that was a nice little So he's including that, another stereotypical kind of blues lick. Sounds really, really cool. You're hammering on from the open G to the first fret with the first finger, and then playing the B and high E together. Maybe finish it off with a low E root note there.
6-year-old female, gas main exploded under her building. She was pulled out of the rubble after 6 hours.
Oh, that was a little bit of a different lick, eh? So, so he's sliding up to the 4th of the G with the second finger, and then using the 3rd finger to play the 4th of the B. And then he slides that second finger up to the 6th of the G, and then uses the first finger to play the 5th of the high E, and then takes that shape and slides them both up, with the high E being involved. And that would be nicely leading to an E chord. Those kind of ideas. All right.
2 surgeries for multiple fractures and burns.
Yeah, I'm thinking the broken bones are a response to the building falling on her head.
Okay, we have ourselves a Hendrix chord. E7 sharp 9. And then we go. So yeah, it's just 2 low E root notes, I think. And he's going 4 to 5 to 6, 7, sliding 6 to 7. So for all of that awesome bluesiness, all of those licks, including the Hendrix thing you've just done there, I'll say have another 3 kudos points. Hugh.
And the fever? She's the only collapse victim whose body temperature
Put her on antipyretics.
There's that same idea again. Yeah, all very nice playing. Alrighty, thank you if you've reached all the way to the end of this video. The verdict is, yes, Hugh Laurie very much can play guitar, and we've allocated a whole bunch of kudos points to him. If you've made it to this point and you like the content that I put here on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button and put that little notification bell so my face will pop up, and then hopefully you'll click the video and amongst all the millions of other videos on this platform. Check out the video that's on your screen now, and to all my current subscribers and usual watchers, keep on strumming.